man. Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday night. It's gonna be alright. I don't think that's a song, but I went with it. It's part of the thing. You must show some respect. What's up, fam? Hey, being silly. Yo, so a while back I did a little post, right? I did a little posty post. A little story. It's not a big deal, but I'm gonna talk about it because it involves you and all the really super strong, yoked ass masculine men out there, dude. I might have just... Ow. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, being silly while being a man, super important. Why it is important? Why it is important is because I was talking to my dad, so his grammar's coming out, or it could just be my grammar. It's probably mine. But why it's important to be silly, man. Why it's important to play and to joke and to have fun. A big part of it is you don't take yourself so damn seriously. And then you don't take life so seriously. Now there's a fine line, right? And everyone has that friend who doesn't know when to turn it off, right? Everyone's got the buddy who just wants to joke around, tell you anecdotes, regale you with stories of laughter and tales of fantastical events that could just make you laugh until you cry, until you cramp up and your belly bursts, and you will need stitches with the laughter. It's so strong. That's a problem. It's a problem because that person becomes a distraction. Now the same goes for bullshitting and even talking shit and just like making fun of each other and all that type of shit. Like, it's all good, right? Until it's not. Until it becomes a distraction. Until it starts to bother someone. Until it becomes a thing where you're just like reaching a threshold to where you're like it's starting to irritate you or annoy you. And the reason that's a problem is because it takes you out of your lane. Your lane. And when I say your lane, I mean your lane to your purpose, your lane to your work, your lane to getting better. It's taking you off that path because now you're thinking about this stupid shit or some story you had to listen to for 15 minutes where you were like, Jesus, why did I listen to this? And all you got was like yeah, that's great. And nobody cares. Or at least you don't in that moment because your focus is on something else. Right? You're like, yeah, you like appease the person. Yeah, man, that's great. Yeah, tell me what happened. Awesome. I'm just trying to get this done though too, you know? Like I'm trying to do things, right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's that. So, find your balance of where that is, right? A lot of that, again, goes back to knowing yourself, right? Noche te ipsum. Know yourself. Know your threshold, right? Maybe you have a vast threshold where you can take bullshit for multiples of years. But eventually, if it does get reached, it's gonna bother you. I don't give a shit who you are. You could be a Zen monk. You could be the Dalai Lama himself floating above Kashmir. It's not gonna matter. I don't think that's right. Kashmir. It doesn't matter. Those aren't facts. I just made that up, all right? But every minute Zen, that's tough. Zen monks work on every minute Zen. We're just trying to get through the day, okay, and accomplish some things and move forward in our lives. So, know yourself. If you happen to reach the threshold of where you're like, yo man, you're just being a distraction. Like, I'm talking in the sense of if you're speaking to a friend, right? Or maybe a coworker or a teammate or whoever it is, you gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. You gotta be like, yo man, all you're doing is distracting me from what I want to get done. Like, even like know the appropriate time of when it's okay, right? Because everything has a time and place for it. And also everything also has not a time and not a place for it. Know what those things are. Awareness. Because at some point you're just going to be like, yo man, I'm sick of this shit. Like, shut the hell up and let me do what I have to do. Or you're just going to want to bounce, which is another problem, right? Especially if you're in a team environment. So, what I'm saying is this. If you're the problem, for instance, if I'm the one distracting other people, those people need to speak up and tell me. If I'm the one that is causing a disruption and taking away from the focus of, now this is a team environment, right? Majority of work is done in a team environment, whether that be even if it's for a few minutes, right? Even if it's like in a meeting or it's a conference call or it's a Zoom call, which is kind of more relevant to the, happy Corona Friday. It's the same, right? It's the same. Distraction is a distraction, is coded in distraction. It's all the same shit. Now, but you have to speak up and you have to be like, yo man, I'm trying to get this done. This is great, but this is not the time or the place. Now, also, there is a fine line between being too fucking serious, right? And too just like, always focused, always on the mission, always, it's always this thing. We gotta get it done, da da da. You're like a fucking, you're like a fucking slave driver. I'd be like, yo man, you gotta chill the fuck out, all right? Like, we're all in this together. You also gotta be able to relax, tone it down, like be chill. So what am I saying? Because I just spoke about one extreme and another, right? So one, you're just too driven, too focused. Now that becomes only a problem when it's in a team environment, right? Because no one is ever gonna have the same type of drive or desire or focus you have. If you're one of those people, right? Like, for instance, with the MJ thing going on, with the documentary, they hated him, right? His teammates hated his ass. Well, not hated him, but they were not huge fans of him, right? Because he was bringing everybody up. He's like, my baseline for quality of performance is here, your guys is here. And he's like, I will fucking drag you kicking and screaming to up here. Now, is that the best way to do it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe. It got him 6 rings, right? But what I'm saying is that you also have to know the people you work with, know yourself, which cracks me up. When I saw that scene, just referring to the documentary, when I saw that scene where Michael Jordan's talking about how Dennis walks up with Phil Jackson, is just like, hey man, he needs a vacation. I was like, what? It's like the finals. Yeah, he needs a vacation. Dude, I just need 48 hours to go to Vegas. It's like, I'm like, that must have been insane. That must have been so insane. But again, they knew Rodman. The guy needs to release that energy. He needs to get wild and crazy. Fine. That's how they let him go. I mean, and then it was a nightmare getting him back, but whatever. Like, the point is that they knew him, right? And Rodman knew himself to be like, I'm not going to perform the way you need me to perform if you don't let me out of this cage. Roger that. Know your teammates, man. Know yourself, know your teammates. It's important. So, be silly, be serious, have a nice balance of both. Don't get too crazy. Just figure out what your balance is, okay? That's it, man. Friday, go have some fun. I saw the beaches are open, so people are at the beach, and that's definitely looking like the forecast for me is to get my happy ass over there. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Wash your damn hands. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. All right, later.